Good morning, everybody. This is Diane. It is Monday, which means that I went to the Valley Stockyards flea market today. It was a beautiful morning for it. It started out quite chilly today, but I got down there about 9:15, I think, probably, and it was already warming up and the sun was out and it was just a lovely day. So there were a lot of vendors and a lot of shoppers there, and I came home with a lot of treasures. So without any further ado, let's start seeing what I got. I'll save the best for last. I like to do that. So I'll set these things aside. And let's just start with this box I've got on the seat next to me. This was my first purchase. I was going through this box and picking out the items that I wanted, and the gentleman, that'll just go in the trash. The gentleman saw me looking and he said, I'll let you have the whole box for $3. So I stopped looking. I just dropped what I had back in there and took the whole box for $3. So as you can see, there was one nasty kitchen towel in there that I just discarded, but that's okay. I figured I didn't want everything in the box. There's a lot in there. So let's just start seeing what it is. We'll look at it together. There's this old crocheted hot pad, I think. It's thick. I think it's supposed to be a hot pad. There's this napkin or handkerchief with lace around it and just a little bit of embroidery in the corner. Just the one corner. Very sheer piece. I think it's a handkerchief, but it's very sheer. You can use that in collaging, layering. Here's a piece with some hardanger embroidery or needle thread work. It's not actually embroidery. It's really interesting. I don't know how they do it, but I think it's interesting and pretty. I can cut sections of that out and use it. I think there's something I don't want. I don't know, maybe use it in layering. Damask cloth. Here's another towel that has some needlework in it, and it's got the damask design. I just said damask in two different pronunciations. I usually say damask. There's just a hemmed, it's a little, looks like a doll pillowcase. There's this piece. There are some good things because they were on the top and I just dumped them out upside down. They were on the top because I was pulling them out to take. It's got a little applique, but it's only half there. This is a like a small tablecloth, and it has these red strips on it and red hems. This has blue embroidery, crochet around the edge. And it looks like a table cover, small table cover. The fabrics are nice. I'll have to wash all of these tomorrow or today. There's some embroidery on that handkerchief. I haven't gotten to the pieces that I was selecting yet. This one has red and blue trim around it. This is another one of the damask. I don't know if that's what you call them. I never know what these are called, but you can see it's a white on white design in these pieces, and they're pretty. I find them a lot. This one is just a cloth, nice fabric, nice quality fabric with blue zigzag stitch, or it's not, I don't know if it's hand done. I think it might be. Okay, well this has ties. It has a crochet tie at each end, except one of them is missing. Is it a face mask? Just kidding. I don't know what it was for, but it's again got that green kind of trim around the edge. It's another one of those white on white. Here's white embroidery on a white doily. This one has the thread work. I don't know what this is. It's just a square. It's got a big hem, like a little curtain. Yeah, it's a large opening there, so some kind of thing to hang, I think. It's got a sheen to it and some design in there. There's some red threadwork embroidery on this. That's pretty. There's one in each corner. There's some more of these with the corner ties, and again, one is missing. It looks like there was one there. Yeah, this one has all four. I have no idea what they would have been for. This is pretty. A silk type of handkerchief. Another of those white on white pieces. This one has some stenciling, and it's got blue edging around it. Looks like a long table runner. This one has white embroidery. I like that. So this is a nice piece. It's a table runner again, and it's got the embroidery on both ends, plus some dots all along, and it's scalloped all along. So it's got some nice pieces. This is a blue fabric. It's a pretty blue. I do love the color, and it's just a piece of fabric, so I could do anything with that. I like it. Okay, so now we're getting to the pieces that I actually was selecting. So here we have this handkerchief. I love this corner. The rest of it's plain. Here's a doily. I can cut those sections. There's another one with a crocheted. I think this is what I was examining to determine if I wanted to add this to my pile when he told me to take the whole box. It's got some holes. I wouldn't keep the fabric. It's very thin. It's got holes in it, but this is interesting. This is a large scarf. I think it's too big to be a handkerchief, so I think it was supposed to be a scarf or something, but it's bright orange and blue, pretty. It says whimsy down here in the corner. That's appropriate. There's a crocheted, I don't know if that was supposed to be like a dishcloth or something. That wasn't part of what I was going to take. This is a starched piece with some nice tatting at the edges, at the ends. And I like the fabric. It's nice and sturdy and good quality. Are these? Oh, it's got a tree on it. You see the tree? And this one has a butterfly, I think. No. Oh, it's angels. Angels. Those are pretty. This I don't think I'll keep. It's got a lot of yellow staining on it. I don't know. I'll wash it, and I might keep a small portion of it to use in layering. See how it comes out. It's a gauzy. It's not gauzy, but it's a light, almost sheer cotton fabric, and it's old, so it might have some value in layering in vintage stuff. This is a really pretty apron. I had gotten some vintage aprons before, and I took the pockets off and used them as pockets in some domestic arts journals. And I love these dainty little pockets, so I'll probably do the same with these. They have such a cool shape, and I like the fabric on the waistband, and down here it's got rickrack, and then again some very thin fabric for the apron body itself. And I've used apron ties, vintage ones, to make ties for journals too, so I might use those. Then there's this piece. And this is pretty. It's netting, but it's pale. I think it's supposed to be pink. The edging is pink. So that will definitely be going in some layering. And this is a little pillowcase or something. Maybe it's a clothespin bag. It's got a handle on it. It's got some embroidery, kind of pale, and some trim around the edge. And this blue, there was something about this that I liked. The look of the blue, large cross stitch on the white background. It appealed to me to cut up and use. And look at the crochet edging. So there's two ends of this, and then all these little pieces. I get a lot of bits out of that. And then there were these pieces of this green gingham. I love the color. They're hemmed, but cut. So I don't know what they were. I think it was a curtain. Yeah, it's got a curtain rod. Sleeve in it. So I think somebody had curtains but then cut them. But I like the fabric, so I'll wash that and use it. So that was all $3. The other textiles I got, this was from the Blue Van Man. I just dropped something. It's pretty stained. It's an old tablecloth. I mean, this yellow is part of the tablecloth, but it's got some staining on it. Ugh, mildew. I'll have to cut out some of the sections, but I do like the patterns on it. I got one other thing from him today. I'll show that to you. And I got this bag of lace. I could have gotten more. They were all tied up in bundles with a little price on each bundle, and they were a very good price, so I grabbed a bunch of them. So a lot of it is this design. Yeah, that's the same one. And she just charged according to how much was in each piece, but some were 20 cents. This was 30. This one was 75 because it has 10 yards in it. So there's a lot here. There's 10 yards, 3 yards, another 3 yards, and 4 yards. This piece is gathered. I'll be putting pieces of all of these in my shop. This is eyelet. I've got 7.5 yards of that. It's got the, I think it's called faggoting, where you thread a ribbon through it. So that'll be really pretty. And, oh, there's another piece of that. And then this is, I think it's handmade crochet. Oh, maybe not, but I don't know. It almost looks copy dyed, but I don't think it is. It was only 20 cents for that. So if paid $3 for all that lace. Okay, here's the other thing I got from the Blue Van Man. It's a nasty looking book, but I'm going to try to really clean it up because I love the title. I love the embossing on it and the title, My Lady Cinderella. So I'm hoping to clean that up enough to make a grungy vintage junk journal out of it. And I got this postcard album for $1. It says World War II on it, but I think it was used to display World War II photos or something. He said I could put postcards in it, but it's not big enough for postcards. It's got a spot for the negatives and for the pictures, and it's rusty. It's old. It's an old style album, but I want to use the photo sleeves. I like the quality of them. They're nice and thick. They won't tear easily, and I think they're going to be really great sewn down onto a page. I picked up these little cookbooks. I only wanted, I think I had 2, but he gave me a better deal if I picked out 5. So I picked out 5. I like the old pictures in this one. It looks like it's from the 1970s. Let's see if we can find a date. Oh, 84. It does have pictures in it. I like those pages, the blank pages. So they're good pages to fold and put into a journal. They're nice pages, they're not going to tear. I got the Amish Dutch cookbook. Not too much inside as far as illustrations. But again, it's stapled in the center. I can pull the pages out and use them as a folio. And then this was the other book I supplemented my pile with, the Peppermill. This is a pretty cover. I like the size of it and the colors. Look at that. That is so cool. And it's an ideals book. I wonder the picture is pretty. It's from 1973. Herbs, Spices, and Verse. So there's some recipes, and there's a poem. So I didn't realize this was an Ideals publication. Very nice. I think I'll make a book out of this, a journal. I like that. And these were the ones I actually wanted. Treasured Polish Recipes for Americans, but I love that picture. And look, it's on the book itself. I love it. So let's see what the date is. 1981. First printing was 1948. It's got nice pictures, like black and white, almost like a woodcut picture. Oh, there's a rabbit sticking his head out of the snow, and it's a recipe for a rabbit. How to cook rabbit. This one has a poem in it too. And then this one I liked. Country Cooking Recipes and Utensils from Rural America, an Applied Arts publication. Oh, cool. I didn't know this was in it. Don't know how old that is. It might be from the 70s or 80s. This book is 1976. But I love it because of the pictures. Cheese graters, churns, coffee grinders, irons. This is great. Okay, now the surprise items. The ones I never know I'm gonna find. The ones I don't know I'm looking for. Well, these are kind of basic things. This is a set of postcards that is not old. I mean, they're kind of old, but I don't know if I'd call them vintage. They're like reproductions, and I love some of them have a World War II picture on them. And there's a lot of this in different colors, but I thought these are going to be fun to tuck into journals. I can't scan these because these aren't that old. Have it in blue and pink. Love that. I think this was coined, so to speak, in England during World War II, correct? And that's the original. There's all kinds of versions of this now. Keep calm and drink tea or whatever, but that's the original. So I thought they were fun. And then I picked up this. It's 5 postcards, and I didn't even see inside. Probably shouldn't have gotten them, but there's a guy that gives me good deals on postcards. He wasn't offering me good deals today, but he called me over. I did not take other things that he had to offer, other postcards. But I did pick up this. They're nice, old, the painterly kind. A men's outhouse and a ladies' outhouse. Okay, then you go your way and I'll go mine. This is dated 1945. It's got a postmark. Oh, cowboys. So cute. And I got this from him for $1. For your peace of mind, protect your home and valuables. It's sealed up good. I can't even find where to open it because I think it's more than one layer in here. And I want to see, what did I get? He had just acquired these yesterday, the postcards and this, and some other things. He had a whole album of old postcards from Elmira, New York, and he said, but I'm selling the album whole. And so, you know, I looked at the box of postcards he had, and this was all I picked out, and he said, you're not interested in this album? And I said, well, how much do you want for the whole album? Because he said he was selling it whole. He said, well, if you want a couple, I can take them out for you. So he didn't tell me the price. So I figured it was more than I wanted to pay. I guess it's not 2 layers. It's layered onto blue. So it's insurance must be. Yeah. It's insurance for your home and valuables. So that's cool. These were little recipe books that were a little pricier than I normally pay, but I think I can scan them. This is canning for cur jars. That's a really pretty page right there. Look how it's this economy jar and her hand fits right in there. Well, there's not a lot of pages, but they're pretty pages. This is Boss Glass Door Oven recipe book. Not a lot of pictures in this. There's one. I've got some other little recipe booklets I can scan, so I'll make a bundle, you know, like a digital kit with this kind of thing. I love this one. Cake Secrets. These pictures are so pretty. Look at that. Strawberry meringue pie. I got this little glass jar just to keep little things in. I had one very, very similar to this that I got when I was young. Our neighbors where I grew up in East Smithfield had a auction when they were moving, and I wanted this little jar. It was smaller and it was ribbed. It was glass, but it was ribbed, and the lid was pretty, and I kept it all these years, and I don't think I have it now. I either lost it or got rid of it when I moved, and the picture was pretty worn off the top of it. And when I saw this, it just struck a chord, and I wished I still had my other one. So I got this one. It's in better condition, but I just like it. So I got it. All right, I got some more paper dolls, and I didn't pay the price it's marked on them. He didn't sell them for that. That was somebody else's price, he said, but I still paid for them. I paid for them. So I love these little dolls. There's no clothes with them, but they're little rag dolls. Aren't they adorable? I think I'll save those and put them in a Raggedy Ann journal. These are from, let's see, that one says it's from 1963. These are from 1960. Is that her? I don't know if that's her. Aren't they pretty? I think that's her. These are like cardboard. Interesting. So they have these full scene things. Their legs would go through there. Oh, I guess this goes. Okay. I wondered what that pointy thing was. Isn't that cool? And then it'll stand. So there's one on the farm, shooting an arrow, apples, rain, and then regular outfits. So this, I guess she's not in a boat rowing. She doesn't have a boat, but you can put her legs right through there. So there's no tabs. That's a really cool design for dolls. Their legs go through here, and this goes under their chin, and that holds the dress on. That's pretty cool. And there's a cute little doggy. Oh, there's the quiver of arrows. I like that set. I might not sell any of these paper dolls. I was thinking, you know, I figure the price that he gives, that he quotes, and I try to figure if I can, you know, make a profit on them. But I don't know. Maybe I just added to my collection of things to put in journals. Maybe I'll get my money back by just having them in journals that I sell. But there aren't a lot of dolls this time. This one, this one is weird. So she has hair. Never seen anything like that. Her clothes are flocked. Oh, this isn't her. That's going the wrong way. So there's a lot of these flocked clothes that don't go with her. This is Vicky. That's what her name is. And I don't think these clothes go with her. None of them. Oh, this one says V. But a lot of these clothes are flocked. Yeah, that one is too. So there must have been some other dolls that went with her. I guess that's a B. These are cute though. I would use the clothes in journals. Well, interesting. I wish I could see what the other dolls look like. This is dated 1957. It says 2 dolls, but it doesn't come with 2 dolls. And then these two, Sue and Nan. This one is cracked there, but they're adorable. They're thick. They look pretty old. Stitchcraft Susie sets. 2 dolls only. 20th century paper doll book. So it doesn't give a year for these. It just says where you can look them up. They look old. They look like they're from the 40s. But maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. So maybe you'll see some of these in my shop. I don't know. I got this tin box, which is so pretty. I'm going to clean it up. Yes, I paid $15. But it's full of stamps, old stamps. I don't need any more stamps. So these stamps will be going in my shop. But I'll keep the box. And from that same vendor, I got these buttons. Really pretty button cards. Look at these. And these pink ones. I love these together. And then I got this little pack of white buttons. And lastly, I got a different kind of Viewmaster. It has these strips instead of reels, and I thought they were cool. And how many did it say? It has 61 slides. And they're Wonders of the World, I believe. That's what the booklet says, and I think that's what they are. Oh, that's cool. These are the little envelopes that they came in. Series 10. A new series every week for 12 weeks. I have envelopes 6 through 12. That doesn't go in there. That was in one of the envelopes. Okay. That's my haul for today. Some of these items will be going in my shop. I still have to finish getting in some of last week's. So I have all that. Remember that really pretty variegated seam binding? And also black, navy, and dark gray seam binding. I'm getting all that ready. Excuse me. And pages from the Wildflower book. I have bundles of that. And the linens and laces that I got today can be added to some of the stuff I picked up last week, and maybe I'll have bundles I can put together of that, or maybe I'll wait to see what else I find the next time. But I'm trying to get things in the shop as soon as I can after the flea market that I go to, so I keep things moving. I can't have things piling up. I don't have room here. So, yeah, and there are still some postcards in my shop from last week, but thank you so much for purchasing the ones that have left my house. I just took them to the post office today on my way home from the flea market. So, yeah, thank you so much for supporting my shop. I hope that you will give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. I would really like to know what was your favorite thing that I found at the flea market today. I always like to hear which ones you like the best. Thanks for watching. Bye.